Let's break them down one after another and find out which... Yeah, thanks for the spoilers.
No problem.
The movement phase. But why does the movement phase differ so much from the other phases? Let's find out. The answer is twofold. It grants the players the most choices and the most freedom, which of course is important as a setup for all other phases. Both together mean it is the most important and most difficult phase. Just think, one of the more difficult choices in Age of Sigmar, like splitting our attacks to maximize the impact of our combat activation. A unit of 3 rock gods attacks both 4 steel helms and 1 frigate cavalier. We want to destroy both units for any in-game reason. Sure, we could just wipe the floor with one of those units, but we want both. How would we split the attacks to destroy both units? Clearly, the number of possibilities is finite. 6-0, 5-1, 4-2, 3-3, 2-4, 1-5, 0-6. We can choose between 7 options. Still a tough choice, but relatively easy compared to this. We play a 2K game and now we want to move 1 unit. The number of possibilities is infinite.
By Sigmar, stop right now.
But the even more special attribute is the near absence of any randomness to the movement phase. Sure, we roll for our run rolls, except of course if we auto 6 them. Yes, our opponent can redeploy, but there is no comparison to some other phases. Yes, looking at you. I guarantee the more confident you are in the movement phase, the more you can enjoy the games while even improving your skill set. Knowing what to do in this phase prevents so many games from drifting sideways. Moved your pieces too much forward, got overrun. Hesitated to engage, lost objectives. Forgot where to screen, got caught off guard. And literally infinite more situations, which can all be prevented or generated, your choice. Nice, but how do we improve our movement phase skills? 3 easy steps and 1 little secret, which will help you to master it. Step 1. Factor in the enemy unit's movement ranges, add their charge range and place a dice as a reminder. Just ask your opponent what the maximum move range with all their tricks is and any boni to charge. Any decent opponent will tell you anything you need to know. To be honest, I would instantly stop playing with someone who refuses or straight out lies. Put your dice just outside the range. Remember 2 very important things. Add in the distance between models for a unit to have successfully charged, which is currently ½ an inch. Also factor in your opponent can just redeploy closer to you, which means you should be aware one of those ranges could extend up to 6 inch. If you really want to avoid enemy charges, move a cheap unit, also known as screen, in between. Just be aware of putting them outside of counter charge distance. Step 2. Pack a meat shield. Our main hammer is often exposed to covering fire or counter charge, which could both deal sufficient damage to destroy enough of our unit to foil our strategy. Losing models out of our damage dealers is far more harmful than using any models out of a 100 points chaff unit. After all, if our damage dealer connects, they wreck. Move the faster, cheaper unit closer to the enemy shooting units. We can use a similar fast unit and just outrun them 6. And even charge another unit or units with the meat shield to bind the enemy, which prevents them from countercharging. Step 3. The most important thing in the movement phase is to
tell the trick.
Okay, cool. The trick. This trick is very counterintuitive, but very strong. In-game as well as outside of the game, as part of the social contract with the person you're playing with, also called opponent. Before you start moving any units, tell your opponent what you want to accomplish and how. Let him check any distances, especially if it's very close or very important. This way, you and your opponent are fully aware what will happen and what can happen. Also, you're double thinking your strategy. Speaking something out loud helps to understand what it actually means. In addition, always explain a little bit more than you think is necessary. This way, you can double check your strategy. Why does this trick help? It comes down to 3 very important parts of the game. What you think should happen can actually happen. All players are informed. No discussions after rolling any dice. You already established all the needed ranges and then you roll and compare what you have rolled with what you need. The last point, trust. And at the end, it all comes down to trust. Both players develop more trust in each other. Please always remember, both players should have fun. And the game is more fun for each player when the other one enjoys it as well.
Do you know how that sounds?
And trust is the fundament of this game. Also, please like and subscribe, it's really appreciated. Step 3, for real now. The most important part of the movement phase is to build pressure. Yes, the phase, which is absent of any damage, has its main focus around building pressure. We should take a brief moment to think about the opponent's turn. How many objectives can they score? And how could we reduce that amount to deny them full points on scoring? Which are the open paths we can close to hinder the enemy from achieving their goals and their battle tactics? By doing this, we can create pressure, which forces our opponent to non-optimal plays, strains their skill and brings up mistakes, and open up chances to exploit those in-game flaws. Your hairstyle sucks. What? No, no! Not that way. Actually, especially not that way. But if you're interested in more Age of Sigmar content, just watch this video. It's about all the strategies of Age of Sigmar. Really, all of them. Sigmar out.